Welcome to Spotlight in Business. I'm Tammy Defoe, President and Business Coach at GTApreneurs. I have the pleasure of introducing to you today Lauren Cohen. She's a cross-border lawyer, realtor, and investment expert. And she will be the guest speaker at our next virtual networking event, which is actually in 2 days from now, on Wednesday, November the 8th. I'm so excited to have her there. She can give a lot of great information about investing in the US and other great topics. But before then, I want you to get to know Lauren a little bit. So thanks for coming on today, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you. And tell us more about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from the GTA. I'm born and raised. Grew up in Thornhill and Willowdale. I think it's now called North York. I came to Florida 22 years ago, and I've been here ever since. Never to lift another snow shovel. That's my dream, and when I speak, I talk about that. And I help people invest in real estate and businesses in the US, mainly from Canada for obvious reasons.
Right.
And I'm a single mom and I have 2 pups as well.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Yeah. So, some people, they may be jealous right now. I mean, there's no snow right now, but another couple months, there'll be snow. But you know what? Hey, go down to Florida there and visit Lauren. This is a great reason to invest in the US, right? The weather they have there is, fantastic. And then, of course, the orange juice, you can't beat that with it being like fresh off the tree, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but I will tell you that that's a little bit of a misnomer because you're not going to go to the supermarket and grab fresh orange juice. You grab the same Tropicana. You can go to an orange grove and grab fresh orange juice, or you can go to a specialty supermarket and grab fresh orange juice. But it's not like everywhere you go, there's fresh orange juice. That was, I think, back in the 70s that was like a whole big thing. Now it's more like you come to Florida, you want to, hang out, have some nice meals, have some sunshine, and enjoy your time and shop. A lot of shopping.
There you go. Or you can also make friends with a farmer there that has the oranges and maybe
Sure.
free ones,
Of course.
ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So how did you get into being a cross-border lawyer? So first of all, what were you doing before you went to Florida?
I've been a lawyer for a long time. I'm a lawyer in Ontario and in the US, and I still am a lawyer in Ontario. And I was working in law firms and in-house. I worked in-house in financial services and did a lot of like prospectus work and private placement memorandums and in IPOs, initial public offerings, and all that kind of stuff. And then I came here and started working in healthcare down here. And then I migrated over and ended up in the crazy world of immigration because my ex-husband was deported on the way back from our honeymoon. So if not for that happening, I probably would not do what I do. So that's why my book is called Finding Your Silver Lining in the Business Immigration Process, because I took that adversity and turned it into prosperity. And if it hadn't happened, it's not a story you can make up, believe me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's nothing better than personal experience, right? Like
No.
people can read every book out there about, international law and, investing and things like that. But when you've had that personal experience and then you can help other people, right, who are thinking about that sort of thing.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's the benefit of investing in the US as opposed to Canada?
Oh my gosh, the benefits are so incredible, especially right now when the market in Ontario specifically is crazy, it continues to be crazy, and the prices are so high and the cap rates are low, meaning that you're not going to see a huge return on your investment from an average year. You may make money, or likely will make money on the sale, but if you want ongoing cash flow, the US is the place to be. It's also very landlord friendly in most of the states we focus on, including Florida, Arizona, Texas, South Carolina, Ohio, Michigan. And so the reality is that if you want ongoing cash flow and easy access at a low buy-in rate, because up there you're not going to really be able to buy into anything that's feasible for under maybe $500,000, whereas down here you can do it for about a half of that, if not less. And there is access to credit and opportunities, and you can build a really strong portfolio. And then the other beautiful thing is, yes, it's going to hit you the first time when you do your currency exchange, but your ongoing income is going to be in US dollars.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. A great alternative for people that, had a plan for the GTA, but I mean, now it's just, crazy, right? Especially if people want to have like detached homes.
Right.
They're building all sort of condos here, right? Which again, is still a couple of years away, but for detached homes, it's still, we're in a gridlock, right? There's just not a whole lot happening. So, and I think that, like with the standalone houses, right, that, there may be more potential, for rent, right, for rental income and things like that, because you don't have to pay the condo fees every month and, things like that. And maybe they're bigger, so you can, get more money for them in that. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of our clients that are looking for investment opportunities, are looking for multifamily or opportunities that they can do Airbnb, where there's, a lot of ongoing income. And then they're also building, we help them. My signature program is called How to Immigrate Through Real Estate. So we help real estate investors and other business owners, but real estate investors, to pave a path to getting a visa. And that visa allows you to build credit and get a social security number and all kinds of other benefits that people just aren't aware of. And they think it's so hard, and it's really not. And so I make it simple and painless, and try to make it fun. But, it's challenging because you're moving your whole family and your life and everything. But there's opportunity down here that we just don't see in Canada.
But somebody can still stay living in Canada, but they can still buy in the US and rent it out,
Sure.
though.
Of course, they can even have a visa and they don't have to move. So the visa entitles you to certain benefits, like working in the US if you so choose, earning income in the US, buying homes, accessing credit, getting a social security number for yourself. You can always invest in the US. It's just that there are many advantages offered by getting a visa. But you don't have to even move with a visa. You could live in Spain or Canada or Mexico. It doesn't matter. You just have to be running a business here. And so that's our specialty.
Nice. Yeah. So then that would probably make it easier too. Like I've never done this. Of course, I'm not in that retirement stage, although you don't have to be in retirement stage. So, but some people, like how they do the snowbirds, right? Like they go there and come back and that. So would it be easier for people that they have when they have the visa, because they can just go whenever they want, right?
Yes, it absolutely is easier.
Yeah.
The difference is that if you're in a retirement phase, that the visa wouldn't work because you have to be actively running a business. Now, how actively, remains questionable, and it really just depends on how you structure everything. You can always bring in a general manager, but this particular visa that we specialize in, the E2, is based on you directing and managing an enterprise. So if you want to fully retire, probably not. But if you're going to do a lot of real estate investing, you're probably going to be running a business anyway. We may as well figure out how to get you the visa and all the benefits of that.
Okay. But now if somebody, let's say someone's retired though, right? But they have multiple rental properties down in Florida or wherever they want in the US, right? Is that considered a business or?
Not exactly.
Okay.
No, they would have to take those rental properties and transition them into a business. So my superpower is actually turning a passive real estate investor into an active real estate business owner, because you have to be an active real estate business owner to qualify for a visa. But that's what we do. We have a whole program around that basically takes that passive intent and transitions it into an active intent so they can get the visa.
So for example, like the Airbnb situation, right? Because you'd be actively getting new people all the time, and you're, maybe do some cleaning or,
Yeah. So yes and no. We have a business that overlays that business. So let's say that you wanted to do this and you own 4 properties. Actually, I have a client just like this right now. She owned 4 properties. She owned 3 of them in her personal name, 1 in a corporate name. We had to quit claim them, or basically sell them all to new entities so that we could set up a structure. And then we have this overlaying business. It's called Strategic REI, which is like a franchise, but there's no royalties and we don't own it and you don't have an obligation to us. But the reason it's like a franchise is because we build everything for you. So let's say you wanted to do Airbnb. We're going to build a visa-friendly business around you within this strategic REI, which we have just done for this particular client with the 4 existing entities. And so now she's transitioned 2 of the 4 from long-term rentals to short-term rentals so that they fit into her business model and therefore help her to qualify for a visa. So our overlaying business in a box is actually the business that we use as the qualifying business. So the real estate is kind of underlying. It's like a bonus kind of thing.
Wow, interesting. Well, look, clearly there's so much for people to know, including myself, about this whole situation, yeah. So I'm really glad you're going to be coming out on Wednesday and doing the presentation for us.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure people, yeah, they're going to have a lot of questions. But tell us about a recent example if you had someone that you helped with this, and what was the scenario?
Well, the one I was sharing with you about this woman with she had 4 homes, 4 properties. She was not maximizing her tax savings on those properties. She wanted to live, she's from Montreal. She wanted to live more in the US than in Canada. She wanted to get a visa and she didn't know how. So we have taken her 4 properties, built a business plan and business model around that with her. And then she gets the visa and gets her social security number and is able to run these as she wishes, and build her portfolio from there as well.
Nice. Excellent. Well, it sounds fantastic. Well, look, you know what? I so much appreciate you coming on today. Everybody out there, you need to register for this Wednesday's event to meet Lauren. You know, within live, you'll be able to talk with her in the second hour one-on-one and, you know, get some great information about her, because this sounds like an amazing investment opportunity for you. And again, it's good to diversify. Like some people, they just think, okay, well, I give my money to the bank and they put it in a mutual fund.
Oh no.
Well, how much are you going to make off that? 5%, 6, 7, 8%?
And that's like at a high. I know,
right.
they just offered me some bonus. Now that's in the States, but they just offered me a bonus if I moved my personal income into a different money market account. And they said it's 4.25%. And I'm like, okay. They said, but otherwise you're paying getting 0.75. I'm like, oh my God, that is terrible. So
Yeah.
like, you know, but yeah, I have to keep a certain amount of money in there and in order to manipulate it. But you don't want to have your money just sitting in the bank or in some type of term deposit. You want to play with it, and real estate is always going to be a good way to go.
Absolutely, exactly. Diversification is key. But even with real estate, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
No.
Mutual funds, spread it out in that, and it sounds like you can give people some great advice about that. So thank you again for coming to you, Lauren, and it's a pleasure. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Tammy. See you then. Bye for now.